Just a skosh. And we're live.
All right. So, painting platinum number 28. We are continuing in the Learn to Paint kit layer up, and we're working on Hajad Pirate. All right. I'm Sadie. This is Justin. He's having some chicken nug nugs, so he might not be super active. Hi
I'm
guys.
here. I'm here. I was having to finish my bite.
Hi, I may be one. Thank you, Striding Aragorn. That's the name, right? Yeah, Aragorn. Ooh, excellent. Awesome. So today, first I'll talk about our giveaway while I'm kind of getting ready. We are giving away the green and blue steel. I actually have a lot less of the green steel. So, hi, Miss Dimp. So, for every 5 subs, we're giving away one of each and a pokey tool. So, I've got the pokey tool here. That is our quite well loved mixing area pokey tool. And then, let me grab these. Oops. Sorry. Hope that wasn't too disruptive. Then we're giving away Pro Paint retro green steel and blue steel. Hi, Dave Dwyer. Howdy. So I'll do a little quick swatch of this. Essentially, I was thinking about bringing this back for our pirate kit, and I didn't. So it has been made. I know the formula works. I have a sample of it, and now I don't really need it anymore. So I'm sharing the Reaper love. Yeah. So not a lot new going on this week. I was just telling Justin next week I have the funeral for my grandmother. It's going to be in southern Nebraska. I haven't been there for about 8 years. So it'll be really exciting. I was telling my department, I might actually have cell phone reception if they need me. Luckily, it'll only be one day of work that I'll be they'll be without me. So anyway, but that's all I've got new. And then, like, as far as on the painting front, so because I've been preparing to stream with my honey, I've been trying to get better about my brush care. So, yeah, that is a well-used pokey tool. So I want to show something I found. I was watching this guy's video, and I wish I could remember his name. I'll tell you guys next time. Let me get distracted real quick. But let me show you like this. I found this acrylic tray, like for desk organization, and I keep my brushes flat now. So I purchased new brushes that were the ones included in the kit. That's okay, Miss Dimp. You know, it was just dementia, and it got bad, and then it, got worse for a couple weeks, and luckily she didn't have to suffer with it for very long. I was reading it can go on for a really long time. But anyway, so at any rate, I got these new brushes. I'm saving my old brushes from the kit because I read that it goes from like detail work to base coating to like weird stuff you work with to like goopy stuff that ruins your brushes. Like that's what you do with brushes. So I'm storing them flat now based on the guy, I can't remember his name, that I watched on YouTube that was very entertaining. I really liked him. Maybe I'll find out during the show so I can drop that name, even though he seems really popular. But I also got these like really fine little detail brushes. I know I've heard that you don't need those because as long as you have a good tip on your brush, you don't need a really skinny brush. But anyway, I bought them anyway because I was like, man, I'd like to do that. Hi, Skelsey. So I got new brushes. I'm keeping the plastic bits. I don't know. I think it was Miniac. The guillotine. Hi, Sharky. I'm keeping the little plastic bits. I can't remember if that was in the video or if that's something that comes from nail brush care. But so I'm doing that now. I got some brush soap and I got some brush shaper, but I haven't used it yet because I've barely used these brushes. But yeah, so I'm storing them flat. I'm babying them. I'm trying to be real nice to these guys. I read that they can last like 3 months or so. Now I've been painting longer than that, but I haven't painted very much. So they should have lasted longer. But when I look back at the old videos, I was working them. I was doing this and that and all around. I was leaving them in my cup for a while and I was storing them upward. Now the reason, okay, so like I've heard this talked about. Other opposite side of the metro from me. Sharky, are you in DFW? Where does he live? Just out of curiosity, not that I'm trying to. Where does he live? Even though handsome, he's a handsome guy, Minneapolis, smart and handsome. Okay, so where was I going? Okay, I'm working on this guy. Shoot. Maybe it'll come back to me. I'll show you guys the swatches. I just swatched them. This one got a little wet. Green steel and blue steel. Oh yeah, so I don't paint as much with the brushes. I was rough with them. Yes, so you don't want to store them upward because the water's gonna pull any remaining paint back into the bristles. So the bristles are like pinched in the ferrule, and once paint gets up there, it kind of frays it out, right? So anyway, so we don't want to store it upward. We want to focus the paint at the bottom of the brush, which is why, and I don't think I have it, which is why Anne has us use, in the mixing department, has us use High Beef in the Hole, Chewy Boots, has us use the very long, large, I think it's the round 2 brush, because it can hold a lot of paint, but because it's long, it doesn't get up in the ferrule. It stays nice for a really long time. So anyway, that's enough brush care, I think. Let me adjust. Sit on my feet like a child. So yeah, back to this guy. We've gotten the base coat down on everything but the chest. Not his chest, but the chest. And something else that was driving somebody crazy. It might have been Dr. Bob. I think it was in the finishing details. Sword hilt, pommel, and chest. So yeah. Thank you, I am K Markey. I just copied the guy off the internet. Miniac. Old Miniac. He was silly. But we don't mind silly around here. Oh, which brings me to another PSA. Okay, so I should always say this. I should have like a little disclaimer. But the opinions of me do not necessarily reflect the opinions of Reaper or anybody else. So a lot of times I say some silly stuff. Hi McKnight, thanks for the sub. And also like the show doesn't really reflect the channel as a whole. So like let's say you're just popping in. This isn't like what the whole channel is like. So if you're looking for something that's a little bit more educational, a little bit more focused, you might really like Anne's show. The pro tips. Is that what it is, Justin? Pro tips?
Yes, ma'am.
You might like Terrain Tuesday, though that might go a little off the rails too. And you might really like Proctor. Proctor's got a little bit of a different technique, a lot of texture, a lot of different colors used in there. So if you want something more education heavy, that's what it is. Let's say this is your first time tuning in. I'm a new painter, like new. I'm doing the Learn to Paint kits 1 and 2. kind of a slow painter, and I talk a lot with my hands, so I don't get a whole lot done. So that's that. But anyway. Oh yeah, Miniature Monday. Oh my God. So Josh, yeah, pro painter. Thank you. Izzy Lobo exactly says, so what you're saying is just because you say bone 6 doesn't necessarily mean bone 7. I mean 6. Yeah, exactly.
Also true.
Josh is another example of somebody who does things a little bit differently, but very, very educational. Exactly. I love Josh. Yeah. So anyway, that's that. We're going to go into some more shadows. Last time, and this is going to be a little bit different too. I have a picture for a reference, and Justin made me. Oh my goodness, Dr. Bob, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so
That's awesome, Dr. Bob. Thank you.
did that open our giveaway?
It did. Let me see here. Let
Okay.
me go ahead and make it live.
So this is the giveaway. A bottle of blue steel, a bottle of green steel. I will warn you, if for some crazy reason we get over 60, we'll run out of green steel. Because I have a 14 green steel. Super rare.
Right. Giveaway is live.
Giveaways live, hashtag free, PokeTool, green steel, blue steel has only existed in MSP form this time, as far as I know, and it's a pro paint color. So Ed actually got an email from somebody asking about it, asking if anything was similar. Thought about putting it in the pirate kit, and it didn't fit. We've got a bunch of other stuff in there, fun stuff. So yeah, I ripped my last set of contacts, so I'm in glasses today. So I'm going to be switching between glasses. So first of all, let's look at our reference. Let's see. So I talked last time about how I'm having a little bit of trouble putting highlights where I want them with the lighting source. I get a little distracted and I end up just going in and I don't know. I don't know if anybody else does this, but I end up getting distracted and just going in and shadowing it randomly. So I want to focus more on really creating a cohesive lighting source. Not that we're going too crazy with that because we're new, but whatever. So I want to look at this image. It is a man with somewhat similar coloring as our mini, the tone being a little different. But it's great because he's coming out of the water and he's got blue pants on. But anyway, so here's our guy, and we can kind of see where he's naturally has his highlights. Justin, I hate that I can't use a cursor. Like, people can't see my cursor. I can't point to things. I'm sure there's a way, but we'll put a pin in that for maybe next time. But you can see, like, around his shoulders, and there's a line going down his forearm of highlight. Exactly, Sharky in the tent. All I do is get distracted. So Ground Zero 86, I did censor it because Justin was concerned about TOS. But this guy could very well be our pirate. Like I said, I think this guy is like a little... Maybe it's just because my guy doesn't have as much detail yet. But this guy's skin tone is different. But I'm looking at areas where the light hits like his tummy. And what I'm seeing is I'm seeing that there's a high level of highlight. Like, I'm always wanting things to be blended, but if you really look at this guy, those highlights are very bright. So anyway, probably not going to leave it up the whole time, but this is kind of what I'm looking at. It's kind of what I'm thinking. But if I leave it up the whole time, we're all going to get distracted because I'm distracted. But this guy's a model. I did want to talk about this guy. I think his name is Bobby Roach. Hold on. because if we're gonna use him, oh my goodness, he is so handsome. Okay, so if we're gonna use him as a reference, then we wanna give him the old plug. So, born in '82, American male model and actor. He's among the top most recognizable and in-demand models for his appearance as Beyonce's love interest in Irreplaceable. Yeah, so he's in a Beyonce video from Georgia. Was awarded most academic and best personality in his high school yearbook. Wow. In 2010, First Lady Michelle Obama was gifted print piece entitled Eyes on Music, a series of Roach's art tribute for Duke Ellington School of the Arts. He launched a retail collection summer of 2014. In his free time, he continues designing, drawing, painting, printmaking, and sculpting pieces. So he's an artist too. And today, he's going to become a pirate. All right. Thanks, Bobby Roach. We love him. Okay, so yeah. So somebody mentioned, oh yeah, and working out. Somebody mentioned oily pirate. Yeah, he's probably is oiled up. Okay, so we will we're 20 minutes in now, so I'll go ahead and I'll make him disappear. But we appreciate it. So what we've learned is that we can go really bright with our highlights and still not look crazy. So with that in mind, we're going to go into shadows and then hopefully into highlights. Hopefully I'll get a lot done. So I've done, let's go back to the first shadow layer of skin because I really didn't feel confident with it. Let's see. Oiled and waxed. Ground 086 says, and Groning says, just like I like my car. Guys, I've been thinking about that, polishing the cat emote. I'd really like to make that happen. Did I talk about that, or did I talk about that before the show?
We're still doing that.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Can we stop calling it polishing the cat?
I don't know about that. That's what it is, Justin. It's one of my sayings.
Yeah, but like it's I don't think you meant what it actually originally meant.
That's not what it originally meant. In fact, I might have invented polishing the cat before that gross, immoral person invented that.
I mean, I'm not gonna say it's widely known because that's
It's
probably
not.
not true.
It has nothing
However,
to do with it.
I have to imagine it existed before you used the term polishing the cat.
No, I've used it for a long time. I've used it since the very first time. Skelsey just got blue and green seal. So I don't know what Sophie Says is. Somebody recommended doing a Sophie Says. I don't know what that is. But yeah, I would like to do it.
Where it's like Simon Says, but like with painting.
I like that.
So I'd say paint with your opposite hand, for instance.
Oh. Okay.
But I'd have to say Sophie Says. Otherwise, I think I don't know if it works like Simon Says in that sense, but I know that it's basically conceptually that's what it is.
Yeah, Dr. Bob. So part of it was that I bought a pack of paintbrushes because the individual paintbrush that I needed was missing from the game store, because right now the game store is, what's it called? Oh.
Closed?
It's like, yeah, curbside only. 2015. I think Acid Burn Punk. I think I might have been before that. So anyway, I had to get a pack of paintbrushes, and then the other extra paintbrushes are because I saw those itty bitty little paintbrushes, and I was like that meme of that guy who's walking with his lady friend, and he's looking at another lady. That's how I was. I was like, hold up. What's going on here? Okay, so 2 parts dark highlights, 1 part ebony flesh, 2 parts water. And I'm wondering, okay, so this kit came with an empty bottle, and it might have said somewhere else in it what the empty bottle was for, but I wonder if it was for water. Dr. Bob says, Sophie says, game played at ReaperCon. Oh, sorry, chat's moving too fast. I got chat really big because I'm about to put these readers on. Yeah, I think it's for water. Sophie says it's a game we play at ReaperCon. Random weird directions that you have to follow. Paint with opposite hand or paint with blue. Paint with wrong end of the brush. Paint over your head. That sounds fun. Exactly. Okay, so I'm going to put my readers on. I wish I had a robot that would read me chat so I could be a little bit more productive. Let's see. Is my light on? There we go. Okay, so I'm turning my light on. Justin, how am I looking with that light on?
Looks fine. Doesn't look overexposed currently. Yeah, you look fine, I think. The bones material itself is definitely overexposed, but
Yeah, we were
I mean,
talking
once
about
you apply
that.
paint to it, it's fine. It'll be okay.
We were talking about that. I don't know if we were talking about it on stream or just in general, but I messed with the white balance. Sorry. I gotta tell you, my vision is really limiting me, because I really can't see far away at all. So like, oh, Justin is sort of a robot. Ooh, paint with brushing your teeth. Bob says, Dr. Bob says is a part of. Sophie says, that's fun. All right. So I am giving him shadows. And really, I mean, the sculpt gives us a little bit of idea where shadows should be. But not as well as our friend Bobby Roach. Ed and I were talking about my kind of vision. My vision for like, I don't know what my painting style would be, and I was telling him, and I think I've told you guys before, I think it is blending what I've learned in the beauty industry with painting. So I really would like, and I don't know, you guys can probably tell me if there's a mini painter that's really into, I don't know, like realism. And I know that that's got to be a balance between keeping it interesting enough, high contrast enough to be interesting at such a small scale. But I don't know. Like I would like to keep. I don't know. I would like to do some kind of, maybe not hyper realism, but at least in color. I would like to be able to do that, which is a tall order for me because I am not good at color. My best work is pencil drawing, just black and white, graphite, charcoal. But I enjoy color. I would like to go back. Okay, so like lately I've been thinking, and especially since I don't have as many responsibilities, I'm not as busy now that my grandma has passed. I'm thinking about taking some classes. Like I think I want to take a painting class again, because I didn't finish my degree. I didn't even get to like the associates part of it before I became a beauty school dropout. And I would like to go back and I would like to take those classes again with a little bit more vision, a little bit more focus. And to be honest, I'm a little proud um that I'm a paint mixer now. Yeah, Sharky in the tent. So, I didn't talk about it before last week, but she had a really hard couple of weeks before, and I love Frenchie playing her. Um, but yeah, she had a bad couple of weeks, and she passed. Uh, I got home one night after work, and she had passed like right as I got home, like right before I got home, and just glad. Like I used to think this was such a cop out, but I'm really glad she didn't have to suffer. There was very little in the way of suffering, and I'm just really pleased with that. Um, and yeah, we had a lot of fun most of the time. Most of our time together was a lot of fun. But yeah, just that's dementia. It's horrible. Um, it's awful disease. I would like to do, and I talked to Ed about this, and he kind of approved it, but I've just got too much to do right now. But I would like to do a color for dementia for like awareness. I'd probably put, we'd do something like we did for the wildfires, the bushfires. Is it bushfires or brush fires? I don't read full words. We would do something like that, but it's just so much responsibility to put on somebody to handle donations and calculating all that, that really we would do it like the breast cancer awareness. But I really like alz.org. If you ever think about it and just have some extra money, alz.org donates to Alzheimer's and Alzheimer's like illnesses. Um, Alzheimer's, I think, is, I mean, I don't know. It's a bad one. Most people that have dementia have Alzheimer's, but she did not. I think she had Parkinson's. Um, but, but yeah, we really need to get on a cure for this, because there are going to be so many of us caring for people getting this sort of illness. Like, I think I read that most caretakers for dementia are millennials. Maybe not most, but a really high percentage. And um, to me, so like just a little bit. Um, Thanks, IMK Markey. Um, a little bit about um, just my experience with this is that my grandma took care of me while my mom worked like most of my life, and she was a super saint. Um, yeah, exactly. Um, it is really bad at the end. So she was like a super saint, and I had about the worst anxiety you could have. Like, I had the worst anxieties. Like, when I was a kid, and went through all sorts of phobias, but the big one when I was little was that I was extremely claustrophobic. So much so, I wouldn't get on an elevator. And not only that, I wouldn't go into, like, you go into a hospital or a big building and you have like the stairwell. I wouldn't go into one of those, like they're concrete or whatever. I wouldn't go into one of those unless somebody went to the floor we were going to and opened the door and left it open while I like ran up the stairs and went to it. Like, I was so claustrophobic. And my grandma kind of really, like, I don't know if it was the best parenting or whatever, but she would do that for me until I got over it. And she had like a lot of knee pain and everything, and I sort of feel guilty about it. But God, she was a saint. Like, can you imagine putting up with a child doing that? Especially from that generation, like the seen and not heard children thing. Like, she was very, very cool, and we had a lot of fun together. Um, but she was a saint, so essentially, I never felt like bad about taking care of her. It was never bad to me. It was truly an honor to be able to give back. Um, and I don't know, I just tried to let her know that. And I tried to let my grandpa know that. It's like, no, No big deal. Thank you, Bobcat. Y'all are so sweet. I'm gonna start crying if I keep talking about this, so I won't. And I didn't know I would. But it's an honor to take care of people in that way and to see that part of life. It's a different part of life. Is it pretty? No, but it's real. And not only that, okay, so I've talked about this before. There is this podcaster that I really, really love. His name is Duncan Trussell. And he did this podcast with his mother. His mother passed away from cancer. So he did this podcast when she was in that process. And talked about that process. Howdy, y'all, Bevison. And then, so he made the Netflix show, The Midnight Gospel. And the very last episode of the first season is from that podcast. So I don't know if y'all have watched it, if you're into podcasts, but the show is podcasts animated. So I can't wait to watch it. But a lot of my understanding of seeing that is a lot due to him, due to seeing his experience with it. I think I had a better attitude. So I haven't watched it yet, but that was my favorite podcast he ever did, was the episode 8 podcast. It was My Mom Part 1 and My Mom Part 2. And so profound. But yeah, anyway, Midnight Gospel, check it out. It's not a light watch. It's pretty meaty and heavy and whatever, but changed my perspective on things. And probably because his mother was a therapist. So yeah. So take care of your older people. Donate to causes that will matter to us all, especially in regards to dementia and Alzheimer's, because we'll probably all know somebody that has it. And yeah, we just, we want to cure that. All right. Shadow Layer 2 is the pants. Not Shadow Layer 2. Shadow Layer 1 pants is 4 parts Heather Blue, 1 part Ebony Flesh, 3 parts water. I'm going to mix this up. Justin, where are we with subs?
Let's see here. We are at... Actually, as of Planer's Gift, we're at 10. So that's
Thanks,
2 sets.
Planer. Okay, so 2 sets of blue steel, green steel, and a pokey tool. I'll show that off real quick. Oh, oops. Boop. That's what we got going. Very rare. I don't see it coming back around for a long time. Let me put my real glasses on for a while. Justin is totally remote. He's in what I like to call the Fort Worth office.
I like that. I didn't know you'd refer to me as that.
Yeah. Let's see. Sharky in the Tent says science basically only gets done when there's a huge profit to be made, when a company can be able to make a PR move, or when it gets crowdfunded. Donating is a big deal. Stigmatism and nearsighted. So I can see close up, but not that close up apparently. And I do have astigmatism. So that reminded me. Oh goodness. Sharky, do you remember reading about the group of parents that collected donations for the childhood cancer that they knew wouldn't get cured in time to save their children? And they all got together and they collected and donated enough money that eventually that cancer got cured, and it didn't benefit them directly. It's powerful. That's powerful shit. I hate to get all heavy. This is an extra heavy episode of Painting Platinum, but it's true. We've got to help each other. So yeah, Ed, I don't remember what the disease was either, Sharky. Ed approved it. So it will be a purple. And purple, I believe purple is the color for Alzheimer's and dementia. And the day, okay, so like, I think September is the month for that. But October is the breast cancer. And so anyway, June 21st, I've heard, is the day for Alzheimer's and dementia. I know it differs. I'm sure, there's different days. So I was thinking about making it June of next year. But yeah. So Planner says that happens more often than you believe. Raising money for illnesses that a child has. It's amazing. Blue and purple. Lupus is a red or purple. Yeah. So like I thought about doing that and having it like unofficially be called, like, to me, I would call it Audine's Purple Flowers, because, as any older lady, she loved flowers. So yeah, Audine's Purple Flowers, super tentatively next June. Thanks, Planner. Yeah, Alzheimer'sProof.com. Why is the color purple for Alzheimer's awareness? But yeah, in fact, like most of the flowers that we have come from her family. So like we had this sage bush. I'm actually really bummed out about it because I went to go like propagate some sage from it and it died. And I don't know if it's coming back. Like I keep telling myself it is, but I don't think it is. But sage that was her grandmother's, trumpet vine that was her grandmother's, irises. I'm trying to grow some irises right now from, they're not bulbs. I can't remember what they're called. But anyway, I've gotten real into that lately. As most of you know, I'm not good at flowers and plants, but I'm really working hard at it. And yeah, I got that from her. And cactus. Okay, so the one thing that I've been able to really grow, other than that orchid that had the most specific instructions ever with it, that orchid is pretty well thriving, is a cactus. So, Planer's son, I hate this system. #free. Excellent. So I got some, we last year we sold my grandma's parents' house and I got some cactus and I thought I had killed it. And 2 little cactus pups popped up. So I've got some cactus too. But she had done that years ago. We have a cactus in our front yard that has a tree trunk. It's the biggest cactus. It's taller than the house. It is crazy. And that stuff grows so easy. My grandpa was like, I want a little wall over here, but I don't want the city to get involved. So he just like dug this little trench and just clipped off cactus pieces and threw it in the trench and it grew. Like we have a little baby wall. It's crazy. I wish that model had like pants on. I could look at some pants. He had blue shorts on, but he didn't have pants on. And Justin had me crop them out a little bit. Let's look at our model again, just for funsies.
He was a little on the revealing side.
Human body is beautiful.
Oh, it absolutely is. I've got no problem with the human body, but Twitch does.
I know you don't. I know it's all trying to please the man.
I think I'd be okay with it if Twitch like equally enforced TOS with every channel, but they simply don't.
If this image, I could have found a better quality image, but I didn't have that much time to work on it. But so I'm looking at this image. These pants are probably not the same material as his pants, but they do get really deep in the shadows. This guy's got a great highlighted belly button too. Like that. Dr. Bob says we planted a prickly pear when my daughter was born. Things started with 4 pads. Now it's easily 15 to 20 feet. Wow. Planer spoons, I don't know if you're talking about prickly pear, but I know people have eaten the cactus of ours, if that was directed to me. People have definitely ate some of our cactus. And it wasn't like Beavis and Butthead when they ate the cactus. Yeah, so yeah, I've actually, okay, I think I've talked about this before, but I have in my chart, like my astrology chart, that I should be a thief. And anytime I play like when I play Skyrim, I'm always a thief. And I don't really have it in real life. But one thing lately is I want to steal parts of people's plants. Like lately I'll drive by plants and I'm like, I want a clipping of that. My boyfriend told me, he's like, that is a good outlet for your slight kleptomaniac impulses. Because I do get the impulses. I don't know why. I never steal anything because I just feel like you pay for it anyway. I really do. Like, I totally believe in karma. And I think if you take something, you really will pay for it. And it really is. Like, I don't believe there's any kind of victimless theft because somebody's paying for it. Fun fact, during droughts, Dr. Bob says, ranchers were known to use flamethrowers on cactuses to burn off the spines so cattle could eat them. Yeah, exactly, planer spoons. Time to take up jogging. There's a across the street neighbor from my boyfriend that's got a huge magnolia. Yeah. Exactly, Juress. But more in a spiritual sense. Alright, I'm just shadowing a little bit more. So I'm trying to paint more, but I'm also trying to paint more precisely. So I think I'm still going to get about the same amount done. What are you going to do? Oh my God, Justin. I've got the best news ever. Ever. Okay. I'm going to have to put my mini down for this. I was talking to Ed today. And I said that I wanted to paint busts, but we don't have that many busts. And you know what he told me?
What?
He told me that we have 3D printers and that I could probably have somebody make a bust for me of anything we have if I just wanted something blown up. I was like,
okay.
I was like, Ed, you have opened my world. Do you know how awesome that would be?
Sounds like you're really excited about it, which is what's important to me.
Yeah, he told me, he was like, you don't have to just paint Reaper stuff. And I was like, yeah, but I want to. I don't want to paint anybody else's stuff. Ew, you know? Just kidding. But yeah.
Well, I mean, that's really cool.
I'm so excited about it.
We might get some odd stuff that you're going to start painting.
Well, we have to finish this pirate. I think the pirate's the last piece, too. So once we really finish him, we're going to go into something different. Dr. Bob, I actually don't get Reaper stuff for free. I probably could, but I use my discount and I buy stuff. occasionally I'll get stuff for free when somebody insists, but I really do like to support the business. Sash and armbands, 2 parts brilliant red to 2 parts dragon red to 1 part water. Okay, 2 parts. Ooh, that's a big drop. We'll just make an equal size drop, even though I think that's 2 drops. Guys, I stabbed myself with a pokey tool this week. I knew that my disclaimer was correct. This pokey tool is about to break. This pokey tool's seen better days. Oopsies. Okay. Probably do 3 drops then. About the same. No, it looks smaller. Albevizin said, what's the saying? If it's fast, it's not good. And if it's good, it's not going to be fast. Exactly. There's that triangle. Fast, good, cheap. Yeah, these pokey tools aren't like invincible. That's for sure. So this is 4 drops paint because the 2 to 2 to 1 part water. So I'm trying to think. 2 and 2 is 4, but I probably have 6. So it would be like, we'll just make it a big drop of water, I guess. We'll do 2. Whatever. Yeah, progress, not perfection. But yeah, that's what they said about haircuts when I was doing hair. Even though these days I don't think people know that about most things. They're like, everything should be done to like absolute best quality quickly and for the same price no matter where you go. And it's like, well, it's not exactly how it is. Okay, I think I'm gonna put the readers back on for this sash shadow. So Justin, do we have anything special going on Reaper Live tonight?
I love that you asked me that, and it's you ask me pretty regularly during the week, but ever
Now that
on
I'm on
Thursdays,
it.
right?
Such a
Um,
brat.
sure. And I will, but I'll just give you the honest truth. I never know what's going on Reaper Live until about 10 minutes before.
Until it comes out of Ed's mouth or Ron.
Correct. Now, however, one exclusion here is Dave did send me a picture for tonight,
Did
which, to be
he?
fair, Dave is good about sending me pictures that if he wants on the show, he sends them to me early, which I can really appreciate. Um, but not that it's necessary that they do that, but it does help. But anyway, I have one thing for tonight, and it's what Dave sent me, and I'm not going to spoil it.
Right. You know.
Oh, and we have what John and I were talking about, which before you came in the channel earlier, which is he's going to be showing off some cool sculpting stuff tonight. I think
Nice.
if we have time for it. I think his primary is probably Reaperland. So if we don't get to it tonight, for those of you watching and you do want to see his stuff, it will absolutely be on Reaperland tomorrow for sure.
Speaking of Reaperland, Justin and I got a sneak peek of some Reaperland.
Oh yeah, that's yeah. Yeah, John got some bottles to bottle up literal Reaperland,
Yeah.
and it's now I think we're going to be I don't think we decided
How?
how or when to give it away necessarily, or what the logistically what we're doing with it, but it is there and it does exist now. So
When you guys were talking and I came on, I was real like quiet just in case y'all were talking about me.
except that it notifies us when you're in there.
Yeah, I know. I realized that. I was like, I'm gonna be real quiet. Because I got that big compliment and I know it hurt your feelings.
Do what?
You know my big compliment I read to you?
Oh, the one that I had already read.
Yeah, I would read it on here, but I figured Justin wouldn't like that.
Yeah, because we don't necessarily want to. People are gonna be people. Let me be really vague about this.
People
People are
are
gonna be people.
people, so why should
And if
it
they're gonna
be?
be, yeah, if you're gonna not be great to people over the internet, then that's something you have to live with, not us. We're gonna continue to sleep fine at night, right, Sadie?
I did think it was funny though because it was really like it could have been taken as a compliment.
It could have been, and that's
The way
the.
I read it, like that's I really thought it was funny. Thanks,
Oh,
Samurai
thank you,
Jack.
Samurai Jack.
That's another set of Poketool and Green Steel and Blue Steel. Woo woo. So one of the minis we showed off on Reaper Live last week had a skull on it. It was like one of the pirates. Um, and I wanted to say this, but I was trying to like. It's so hard to not talk over people on that show, and it's so my impulse to just go off on a tangent. But I really liked that he had a skull because I was thinking it looked so much like the Poketool. You could have a matching Poketool to that guy. Like that guy could be your what's it called? Your like mascot with a matching Poketool. I'm all about matchy matchy. In fact, so I got this pink keyboard and I was like, and pink mouse. I was like, I kind of want to match that pink. So I could go way matchy matchy, but I probably won't.
Not
You want to
way
talk
matchy
about
matchy.
you want to talk about polishing the cat. It would be having as
I
much as I need to do and creating a color dupe for my mouse and keyboard. These are my impulses though. This is what I feel like I need to do. Like this is what my brain tells me.
Yeah, Plainer's the one who sent me the actual definition of, and I quote, polishing the cat.
Yeah, oh my gosh. That's where I'm gonna make that not a thing. I'm gonna make polishing the cat happen.
You've made it your personal mission to change the definition?
Yeah. You know, Anne
All
told me
right, all
before
right.
she left that one of the biggest things she would miss about the paint department was my little sayings. I have a lot of hi it's okay, you can be late. We've opened up our giveaway. We've got 3 sets of the green steel and the blue steel, the retro pro paint colors. Um yeah. And we're painting our guy here. Um yeah, you never know what's gonna happen, what I'm gonna say. Ed was actually telling me today, like you guys won't believe this, but Ed was like, "You don't seem exactly yourself on stream. You're a lot more serious." And I was like, "Well, you can't go too crazy." But he's like, "You're so much more bubbly and talkative in real life." I'm like, "Well, yeah, but we got to get stuff done eventually." When I was in high school, one of my teachers told me that I was like uh, the great siren of my class because I could really distract anybody. Let's see. Somebody finally had to throw their old pro paints out. Uh, yeah, Ed. I think Ed pops in every now and again. That's okay, the Meneth. Not rude at all. I'm sure a lot of people just pop in and enter, and we're gonna go till 4:15 anyway. Uh, just I try, but cameras are on. You're always a little different with cameras on. Um, I was watching an episode of something, and they were talking about, I don't know what it was. It might have been Bob Newhart. Is it Bob Newhart? No. It wasn't Bob Newhart. It was God, what is his name? Dick Van Dyke. I was watching the Dick Van Dyke show, and there was an episode all about that. Like, I think he was there with his coworkers, and they were gonna record something, but they were never acting natural. I don't know. Now I'm not even confident that it was Dick Van Dyke. I think it was, though. I've never watched it before recently. Solid show. Okay. Vest, 3 parts bleached linen, 1 part ebony flesh, 2 parts water. 2, 3. 1 part ebony flesh. I talk about it all the time, but I love this ebony flesh color. I really do. Ebony flesh is my jam. And I know I've said this before, but it is a challenge to mix. But I really like it. I wouldn't take it away, even though it is challenging. So that was 3 parts bleach linen, 1 part ebony flesh, 2 parts water. I need to get it away from that red, or we're gonna have pinky highlights. You know what else would make me a faster painter? If I had a person mixing my paint. Like if I had an assistant that mixed my paint on my palette and read me the chat. It'd be luxurious. That's what we do in hair. You get to this point where you cannot possibly take any more clients. You're booked. So you get a little assistant that like mixes your color and shampoos your people out. Let's see. Vest. That's not a very dark shadow. Either that or I did his vest too dark. We'll just have to go back with multiple layers. Oh yeah. Bill Robertson says having somebody mix your paint sounds pretty bougie. I have a lot of ideas that don't come to fruition. Man, I got it on his skin. Bougie means like fancy. I think it's short for bourgeoisie. Justin, could you give us a definition of bougie?
Bougie? Yeah, sure. Hold on.
Huh, maledrakh says having more money than sense. Might be.
I mean,
good.
I actually, whether or not hold on, let me find the definition here. But I actually agree with maledrakh. That's completely true. I do find that most people that consider themselves bougie have the what do they call it? The what do they call that? It's having a champagne taste with on a beer budget. I think as I've heard it referred
Yeah,
to.
on a I've always heard
Champagne taste on a beer budget. Yeah.
I've always heard it's like Bush or What is that other beer? Bush Light budget or something. Okay, here it is, plainer. A convinced version of the word bourgeoisie used to refer to capitalist, upper class, gaudiness, and profit-oriented viewpoints. The capitalist class.
That's funny, Samurai.
The capitalist class who owns most of society's wealth and means of production. Samurai Jack says my wife has champagne taste on a Kool-Aid budget. Natural light. Yeah, exactly.
I have that problem when it comes to like technology. Like I have a champagne taste on a beer budget.
Yeah. Pendrake kind of says it's like cray cray instead of being bothered to type crazy. It's kind of okay, so like, and this is a big painting platinum theme. I'm not bothered by it. It feels to me like a cement truck rolling language, and it come like things go out of fashion back into fashion, out of fashion back into fashion. Like the word dude, the word dude is like an old word.
Some get squashed and thrown out the side and never seen again.
Yeah, but some come back. Like I was listening to you ever listen to that Johnny Cash song, Delia's Gone? He's talking about how she was low down and trifling. Trifling.
Trifling.
I like trifling. I still say dude. Now I say girl. Okay, so I've stopped saying dude and I've started calling people girl. I call my grandpa girl sometimes. Like if my grandpa's being too much, I'm like, girl. Cool it. I do it to my boyfriend. It upsets him. He hates it. But I can't help it. It's nicer than like flying off the handle at somebody, I feel like. Convinced a friend of mine to use some slang from the 1930s for a while as an experiment to see if I could. It worked. Yeah, I could see that being just keen. Yeah, there are a lot of words that I still use that I guess aren't cool anymore. I rely on my younger people to help me out with that. Sarah helped me when she was here, and my boyfriend helps me because he knows all the new words. He knows what the kids are up to. I don't. And I really hold on to certain like phrases and internet words that are old. I say I done goofed a lot. I don't think anybody references that very much anymore. And like, I don't know, there's a lot of things I say that are kind of, yeah, stop trying to make fetch happen. Daddy-o. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Sharky, I'm 30. I can say whatever I want. And you know what? I'm not hopping on the trends anymore. I'm not getting a TikTok. I'm not doing it.
You don't know any TikTok dances?
I don't dance. I was actually thinking today, like maybe I would be more of a whole lady if I would take some kind of dance class, be more confident. Huh. The Mennonite says, a group of friends and I have tried to introduce the word horrendo to mean casually horrendous. Like that. Yeah, Pendrick, I guess that's a good point. There's no such thing as an internet word that's too old. You know what I say? I can't remember what it is, but I say it sometimes, and it's from one of those E-Bombs World videos. I think it's from like 55. It's like Shaith. I think I say Shaith sometimes, and my best friend brought it up. She's like, didn't we used to say that? And she's like pretty and cool. So I was like, oh honey, that was from like E-Bombs World. Like she was too busy like having friends and not being on the internet all the time to know about it. Like now everything goes around to everybody. It gets back to everybody because of Facebook and whatever. But back in the day, you had to be like sitting in the library after school watching the crappy, what did they call those, flash videos? I don't remember what they were called. Yeah, I really liked Group X. All right. Let's go back to the vest because maybe I need to add some ebony flesh to that vest, even though it is the only first layer of shadow. Yes. Oh my gosh. You guys, there was one that I don't think a whole lot of people watched, but I really liked, and it was this guy. It was Odd Todd, I think was his name, and it was a series called Laid Off. And it was about him getting laid off. It was really good stuff. Like, he was talking about stuff he would do, and in one part he was like talking about prank calling MCI because F them or something. I don't remember, but it was really good. So if y'all can find it, I haven't looked for it in a long time, but if y'all can find it, look up that Odd Todd Laid Off. I'm sure it's still there. Salad fingers. Yeah, I don't like salad fingers. Weeble and Bob. I didn't see that. MCI was a phone company. Do you remember, the commercials were like a lady singing Your True Voice, right? I think was MCI. Now not a thing anymore. Probably absorbed by some other company. I want to say it had something to do with Singular, but I could be wrong. I'm looking under his vest in the back, and you can see the sash. You know what else was on the internet that I really liked to go to when I was a kid, and I don't think is there anymore? Yeah, Pendrake. I was thinking it was gobbled up by Singular, who was gobbled up by AT&T, but yeah, it probably was Sprint. I was thinking of this website. I don't know if any of you ever saw it. It was the weirdest thing ever. Verizon, exactly, Die Famous. Weirdest thing ever. It was nobodyhere.com/justme. Had anybody ever gone to that website? Justin, I'm gonna have to send you out again on a mission.
Okay.
Nobodyhere.com/justme. Hello. Oh, Ed told me to be quiet and he gave me candy. You threw it right on stream, Ed.
Perfect. I'll see you later. I'm out of here.
Bye. You subtle.
That's funny.
Did you find it?
I'm looking right now.
Also, isn't there like a internet archive where you can look at websites that don't exist anymore? I might need you to dig deep for this because it was really important to me.
This is nobodyhere.com/justme.
Yeah. It was some weird artsy project and it had these weird, the Wayback Machine. We might be able to get to it, Justin. It's so wildly important to me. I need you to get to it. I need you to find this.
It looks like I found it, I think, but it's a bunch of. Just seems like gobbledygook. It's just random nonsense.
That may or may not be the right thing. It is pretty weird. it had these little animations that you could interact with. Like one was a guy on a typewriter, and you could click on different words, and it would take you to these different things. I know I'm not being very specific. I miss Major General Tremorden Reddering's Colonial War Games webpage. Yeah. What? Sorry. I have a really high-tech setup now because I don't have it's just not in English. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it is still here. It's still here. It's still here. It's still here. Oh my gosh, guys. Oh my gosh, guys. I'm not getting anything done today. Oh. Why does it say hey Justin?
What?
Nobodyhere.com/just me is still here. It said Flash player is blocked. Is that our internet here?
No, that's your computer.
Uh-oh. Why is it my computer?
You have your Flash player turned off. What browser are you using?
Chrome?
Well, you may have to install Flash if you don't have the latest version.
I see,
What
guys.
I would say would be the most likely case.
Uh-oh. Somebody says Flash player is a virus petri dish. Guys, this might be worth it. I don't know.
Oh, there you go. Oh, it could actually just be Chrome. Izzy says that Chrome hates Flash.
That's your computer protecting you from Flash, which is in your best interests. You guys are probably
I mean,
right.
I'm using Chrome and it has Flash on it and there's 0 issues.
You know what I need is just a garbage computer. Just to, I need like not a daily driver, but what is it called? Like a work truck. A beater. I need a beater. Oh my gosh, so Justin, now I know what I'm doing all day if I can get it to work is that nobodyhere.com/just me. It is the weirdest.
What do you mean get it to work? What's the
Did you get it to work or are you talking
Yeah,
about?
it just has me scroll through it.
Did you click on anything?
And random words pop up.
Did you click on anything? Yeah, you've got to click on stuff.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And it takes you to different places. And they're magical. I know, guys, it's a trap. I know it. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of when you have old family members that are watching those like ad videos. And it's like how to stop aging. And they watch these like weird videos and you're like, this is weird. Like don't watch this. Stop it. But they can't because they're old. This is how I am. I gotta see this website. How to stop aging. Death. Yeah, exactly. It always shows that like weird fruit picture and talks about I don't know, whatever fad anti-aging deal there is. Hey Justin. I'm gonna tell on myself. It's after 4:15.
Hold on a second.
Are you stuck on that nobodyhere.com/just me?
No. I am not. I've already closed it.
Really? How do you have the power to do that? I guess you don't have the same level of nostalgia.
I did just hold on a second. I did just confirm, Izzy. It is HTML. That's what I was doing. Was
Okay, good.
confirming that because I thought I had it enabled, but
Sorry, guys.
upon further inspection, I do not. Well, thank you,
Under the
Valentine. Even though
red.
we were about to end,
We could go a little longer. Hi,
we could.
guys.
Yes.
Maybe another 11 minutes.
I'll give you till 4:30.
Thank you.
What?
Thanks, Spoons. I appreciate that. So, hi, Valanders people. We are um we are painting Hajad Pirate. We're doing shadow layers right now from the layer up kit, and we're working kind of like every now and again from this reference image of this model. Censored because Justin's extra careful. So what we're working on is like super I'll pop them back up again. Like super high contrast, like bright highlights and deep shadows. I want my stuff to be more interesting. But yeah. Yeah. That's Bobby Roach. He's a model and an artist. He was in a Beyonce video, and I think what I read, if I understood it correctly, was he gave Michelle Obama some of his art. Beowulf says then paint the black bar on that mini. Justin is very concerned about nipples on stream, but this guy doesn't. I don't think he has nipples. We never talked about this guy.
I'm sure he has nipples.
I don't think he does. This sculpt has no nipples. I'll make
Oh,
some.
I thought you were talking about the picture of the guy.
No. Even then, I was like, well, I'll just use his skin color and I'll make pasties. And Justin was like, I need it to be obvious. I was like, all right. Jeez. Mr. Rule Follower.
I feel like if Twitch TOS was equally enforced across all potential streamers, then I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Yeah,
But
I feel like there's been
the
some.
same offense can yield a 3-day ban, a week ban, a perma ban, or no ban at all is to me is infuriating.
I've got to figure out if this guy. Okay, it's like I can't figure out if there's supposed to be. Let me see if I can't zoom in. If there's supposed to be a layer of pants right there between the dagger and the sash. I think there. You know what? It's my mini, and I think there is. So I'm gonna do it. Oh man, we talked about so many things today. We talked about brush care. We talked about highlight and contrast. We talked about dementia and donating to causes that help people, and then how they help you in turn. We talked about all of our old internet faves, or I talked about mine. Justin, what are some of your old internet faves? Even though you weren't real internety. Were you?
I didn't have internet in my home until I was almost 15. And at that point, it was pretty much all Diablo 2 all the time online. And then it was primarily video games and then the memes associated with those video games. So I have all kinds of old World of Warcraft memes like, Pepitos the Mage and what else is there?
What is it
There's
somebody said, cat not for sale?
Yes,
And you were
we
like,
quote that all of the time.
and you were like, that's a
That's actually Little Pepitos.
Little Pepitos.
He
That's a
is a
cute
story
name.
of a gnome who lost all of his money. I think gambling. I think is what they said he was doing, gambling in Ironforge or something. Anyway, then he starts herding rats in Ironforge and he starts selling them. Not rats, cats. And then he starts trying to sell cats for a currency that no one's heard of. It's a joke. It's obviously just machinima. It's all a story. And
Thanks,
then,
Pendrake, for the compliment on my sun-faded pants. Go ahead, sorry.
but yeah, no, that's it. I mean, he tries to sell cats, and then when people actually agree to buy a cat, he says "cat not for sale" and runs away. It's kind of a thing.
And oh, let's see. And I think it was Bean Mitch said that he painted pants between the dagger and the sash, and it looks great. I don't know if this looks worse being that close up. Sorry, I'm trying to stick him where he stays. I have a lot to learn about camera work. I had Justin pop in yesterday for a little bit and help me. Oh yeah, hashtag free to possibly enter to possibly win the set of blue steel, green steel, and a pokey tool. These are pro paint colors that, as far as I know, have never been made in this format before in a droppy bottle. They're it's a very old color that I just made a few weeks ago because I was going to put it in the pirate kit, but they're not going to go in the pirate kit. So anyway, for every 5 subs, we're going to give 1 set of those away. So far, we have 3 that we're giving away.
Yes, and we're 4 subs away from my 4th set.
Okay. Yes, they are sparkly. Let's see if I can get them to sparkle. They are sparkly. Metallic. And then somebody asked me, Dr. Bob, was it you that was asking me about Sky Steel last week? I looked and I confirmed, and we do not have the flake for it anymore. Thanks, Clavicus. That's what happened with that. I don't know how we made it before, and I wish I knew what the flake was just for kicks. Like, what if I wanted to order it? Let's see. Okay. I feel like the shadows.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Apple Knees, love the name. I've seen you before. I like that name. I feel like the vest shadows aren't dark enough, but we'll go in and I'm sure since there are more layers of dark, it'll get better. Maybe
Also,
what happened. What?
As we near the last 5 minutes here, we are 3 subs away from a 4th set, just as a reminder to people.
Oh, I had a green sparkle that I mailed to some kids. I'm trying to get hooked on Reaper Minis. Suddenly afterwards, I had a need for green sparkle. I think that would be the emerald. Hopefully you didn't give away your retro emerald. No. Pendrake, it wouldn't be necessarily toxic. It would be that it's. Oh, thanks, Image of Betrayal. Oh, it was a sample. I hate that. It wouldn't be that. It would be that it would be reactive or not quite as non-toxic. So I guess you're right. It would be toxic because everything's got to be non-toxic. And you know something else? Retro Emerald, Retro Slate. I have a couple of those. I really like those. Yeah, not toxic, just poisonous. No, it's got to be non-toxic. And not only that, I guess I'll put I want to keep painting so bad, but this is probably a good place to stop. Yeah. Anyway, as I'm experimenting with a new formula, I want one of these new pirate paints to do something very specific. And I am thinking about using something different or whatever. And I'm talking to our spiritual and ethical advisor, Michael Collins. Thank you, Sarducci. Hi, Calasandra. We love you. Good to see you. As I'm working on something new, I'm talking to Michael Collins and I say, the only thing I worry about working with a new ingredient is, could this promote bacterial growth or microbial growth? Not that it matters. People don't eat it. It's non-toxic. And I look at Michael Collins and I say, except for the brush lickers. And he's like, you're right. It's got to be really safe. So, brush lickers. Don't lick brush. Don't lick brush. But yeah. Oh, okay. So I got these messages, Justin, and it was just for me, and it said that I got emotes because somebody did something, and I guess they're pride emotes.
Yeah, all the free the gift sub emotes on Twitch this month are all Pride related.
So nice. Nice. I like that. I like that.
Also, we are one sub away from a fourth set.
One sub away from a fourth set. I'll go ahead. I'll show my pirate. And apologies for my, well, this is a problem we were trying to work on last night. Apologies for my big blue blobs. They keep me from going off. They're a tactile tool to keep me from going off frame. Okay, Justin and I were working on this last night on white balance, and for some reason anything goes in here and he turns too dark to see anything. But we're giving away retro blue steel, green steel. I'll like play with them a little more. Blue steel, green steel, and a pokey tool.
Actually, Sadie, I thought we fixed that problem yesterday. Did it break again?
I don't know. No, I don't think it ever really fixed.
And yeah, it did because your exposure wasn't locked, remember? And then we locked it and it stopped doing it. We didn't dial in the actual color of of colors. They were too intense. Remember I told you you needed to do the probably add a filter that increased or fixed your saturation, your contrast.
Well, in my experimenting, I messed it up. I guess.
Bones 8 confirmed.
That's right. I don't even know what the next Bones Kickstarter would be if it were confirmed, because it's not, because y'all are accusing me of doing all the confirmed. I will say this though, now we're adding paints to the Bones line again with the 12 pirate colors. I think it goes up. It's 12 colors starting at 94.97, so it goes up to 95.09. Is that math right? Not a mathematician. 95.09 or so. And I wonder if that will mean that there will be a Bones 7 paint set. Probably not. Ed would not like it if I were talking about this. Bones 12. But yeah, that's what we're giving away. Another color I made that I wanted to put in the pirate set that didn't make the cut is the soft kind of pastel sea green. So I think I'll give that away next month because that's one of my faves. It's one of my own babies. But yeah, so set each of these. Now these are so rare that I've got 6, 12, 18, 24. I've got 26 of the blue and I've got 14 of the green. But yeah, so we'll give that away next month. Ron gets to pick a lot now. And I like that because as a new painter, I'm not that adept at really figuring out what's going to be useful to people. I'm just baby starting being able to do that. But Ron is. So, planar spoons will take care of you. Don't worry. Prom night pink. I can't think offhand how shiny it is. What it is, these should all have the same amount of flake in them. The pigment load takes it down. So I can't tell you for sure how sparkly it is. The only one that has a little bit extra is Sophie Champagne. I pushed it to the limit on that one.
Hey, real quick, actually, not to interrupt you, but I wanted to, because I noticed that Planer had said that she wasn't allowed to enter the giveaways. Who told you that? Because you absolutely can enter the giveaways if you'd like to. You're not banned from doing so. I don't know who. Did Collins do that? I'll get. You know
John.
what? I'll get
Um,
John. I'll get John. Don't worry.
Maybe
Hey,
we should
you're
just
allowed to
do.
join the giveaways, Planner. That's not a problem.
Maybe we should just do care packages. I don't know. That's what I would do. I don't get to make decisions, but that's what I would do.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, it's about that time, Miss Sadie.
So 4 or 3?
Oh, it's 4, and I just
Yeah.
drew our names.
All right.
All right, you ready for these?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna read them and then I'm gonna announce them in chat. So, in case people are not actually, they can't listen. All right. So our 4 winners are Boonzie, GVD_minis, maledrakh H, and then 07 Joe for RC. That's the one
Yeah. You got a little care package, Joe for Joe. Joff
Joe
URC.
for Jafferk.
Congrats, guys. Yay. So yeah, we're gonna give these away till they're gone. Because they are special. I want to give people an extra chance. Joe works. Okay, good. Yeah. Hype. Reaper love. So I want to be able to give people a chance to get these, though I would like to give away a new color every week. I'd like a way for people to get what they want. Maybe one day we'll get our paint sample club.
No, you're okay, maledrakh. You're fine. If you could, Sadie, why don't you go ahead and let the people know what they're supposed to do?
So what you're going to do is you're going to email giveaways@reapermini.com. You're going to include your Twitch handle in the subject of the email and in the body. You're going to you're going to put your real name and your shipping address so we know where to send this stuff. And you want to include the show that you won. So this is Painting Platinum 28. You do Painting Platinum and the date, the June 18th. Yeah, that's what we got. So that's our show. It's our giveaways. Working on our friend Hajad. I think we got a lot done today, and I'm more confident with how precise I was. Even if I didn't do the best job, I have a better idea of like what I'm doing with shadows. Sometimes you just have to try and draw and paint what you see. So yeah.
Awesome.
All right, guys. We're going to be back here at 6 p.m. ish, maybe on time, for Reaper Live. We're going to talk about things and stuff. We have a special Dave something that he sent in. Maybe a little side John project. An hour and a half, hour and 25 minutes.
Yes, hour and 25 minutes.
Well, you're welcome, Minnie. Thanks for hanging out for my longer show. Thanks, Justin, for letting us have it at the expense of his show prep for Reaper Live. Can somebody put in the chat or email or PM the email details? You did miss the drawing, Dr. Bob. That's okay, though. Because you didn't win, I don't think. Sorry.
No, unfortunately.
Sad.
Also, the raid I'm about to send us off to is going to be... We've raided her, I think, one other time. She does pottery.
Yeah.
Not dinosaur pottery.
Throwing
pottery.
Throwing shade, throwing clay, throwing mud, playing in the mud.
Playing in the mud. There
Sorry.
Oh, thank you for the tier 2, Dr. Bob.
Thanks, Dr. Bob. We're going to give these colors away until they run out, so you'll get an extra chance. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys very much. Don't forget to catch Reaper Live here in about an hour and 20 minutes. You can see Sadie again there, as well as everyone else.
All right. Bye, guys.
We will see you guys later.
We love you. Be
Spread
safe.
the Reaper love. Keep being awesome. And Sadie, why don't you give them a wave? big ol' wave. All right, that's perfect. See you guys.